Hello everyone, Rajshri back here with mohanaastrology, and today's video is about the transit analysis and predictions for the month of June. I'm going to discuss how the planets are posited in the sky and what will be the impacts on all of us in the month of June. If you want to know about your personal sign, that is your personal moon sign, and also ascendants, I promise that I'll do it for ascendants also from June. So I'll be posting the weekly horoscopes for moon signs and also for ascendants very soon, in a couple of days time. So watch out for that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it. And thank you a lot for all your love and support. It really encourages me. Thank you. Let's now quickly see how the planets are posited in the sky, and you can see the transit dates on the screen right now. All the dates are as per Indian Standard Time. The major events of June are Saturn's retrogression in Aquarius, Rahu's entry in Bharani Nakshatra, and Mars's entry in Mool Trikon sign of Aries. There are other things that are also happening, but these three are the major ones. Now, with Mercury turning direct and also coming out of combustion, it's a good sign for trade and business. It's a good sign for education. And at the same time, on 18th, Venus is also leaving Aries, coming out of Rahu's conjunction, and is moving to his own sign of Taurus. It's a very good sign actually for wealth, for money, finances, love, and relationships. It's also a good time for buying property, for buying new vehicles, and for renovation of your property. Some positivity in the stock and share market can be witnessed as well. Intelligent, sober communication and utilization of smart thoughts, these are going to help a lot to progress in life in June. Now, Saturn turning retrograde in the natural 11th house in the sign of Aquarius is actually not so bad, Why I'm going to explain right now. In 11th house, Saturn is in his Mool Trikon sign already, and it's going retrograde there, which means it's going to increase its cheshta vala, which means it's going to put more effort to manifest the karakatvas of 11th house, which is basically, gain, which is basically recognition, ambition, your aspirations, and it's also the social framework. Now, Saturn getting retrograde here can actually enhance all of these for you. Now, as we always know that Saturn before getting retrograde becomes stationary, and it happens about 4 to 5 days before the retrogression date and a couple of days after the retrogression date starts. So these days, depending on where Saturn is placed in your own chart, the significations and the matters related to those houses can come to a little bit of halt, can face some restrictions, and you need to be patient about it. Once Saturn again picks up some pace in the retrograde motion, things will start moving for you. Now, this retrogression can bring your attention to reevaluate and reassess. As we know, retrogression means reevaluation and reassessing certain aspects of our lives. And here what will happen, you will probably reassess and reevaluate your aspirations for something that you have been doing, whether it's going in the right track or not, whether you need to make some amends there, whether you need to bring in some changes there, and whether these aspirations are achievable or not. Now, at the same time, it can also happen that your relationship with your friends, with your network circle and well-wishers may get affected, and the equation with the larger society can also change. Some interesting conjunctions are taking place in June. One of them is Rahu and Venus are already there, and on 14th Rahu will move to Bharani Nakshatra, and on 15th Rahu will form exact conjunction with Venus. Now Bharani Nakshatra is ruled by Venus, and it's also ruled, its deity, Devata is Yama. Bharani is the nakshatra of creativity. It's the nakshatra of sexual desires, passion, aggression, death and transformation. Bharani is a cruel nakshatra. So Rahu coming there is going to increase these aspects of this nakshatra definitely. At the same time, Rahu explodes things, so the creativity can actually amplify. Now this creativity can come in the form of some conception of some new ideas, new artistic pursuits, in the performing art industry, in the film industry, but it can also come in the form of creating a baby. You can also see that during Rahu's stay in Bharani Nakshatra, that is till 20th February 2023, there can be a lot of pregnancies, and quite unexpected pregnancies. Now, why unexpected? Because Rahu is involved here. Now, on the negative side, you need to be careful about overindulgence. You need to be careful about elevated, hyper-elevated self-worth and hyper-elevated ego and passion. So this will be the general effect of Rahu coming to Bharani and forming conjunction with Venus. Now, the other next important conjunction that is forming is Mars and Rahu conjunction. Once Venus moves out of Aries, Mars is coming to Aries on 27th of June. Now the more troublesome period starts even before that, when Mars starts crossing the Gandanta, the Pisces-Aries Gandanta. A volatile energy will start forming from then onwards, and as Mars moves into Aries and goes towards Rahu, the volatility is going to increase, and we need to be careful of this. It's too much of passion, too much of anger, aggression to handle. And Rahu is definitely going to fan all these things because Rahu is the air element. It's difficult to channelize this energy in a constructive way, no matter how much we try. And on top of that, Saturn's aspect on Mars and Rahu aggravates the situation and agitates Mars even more. Therefore, it will be best to remain calm during these days, these approximately 45 days of Mars's stay in Aries and forming the conjunction with Rahu. Therefore, it will be best not to react to any adverse situation in an aggressive way, and to maintain, restrain and remain calm from the last few days of this month till next 1.5 months. Lastly, I would like to discuss about the sign Scorpio. On Scorpio, Jupiter is aspecting, Saturn is also aspecting. When Mars moves to Aries, Mars will also start aspecting Scorpio. Now, although Mars is the sign lord of Scorpio and sign lord aspecting the sign is not at all bad, but let's face that it's Mars. It's Mars's energy. So what can be the impact? In general, the impact can be in the form of, again, increased aggression, natural calamities, volcanic activities, or thunderbolt strike. Things like that can happen. And in personal life, again, I mentioned aggression, and there can be chances of injury or chances of surgery can also be there for some of you. This is how I see June is going to impact us. As we can see that as the month progresses, the volatility also increases. So to overcome this volatile energy, we ourselves need to be a little bit calm. We ourselves need to manage our own tension and anxiety so that it doesn't give rise to aggression in ourselves. Once we can contain ourselves, it becomes much easier to manage the outer world as well. And to know how June is going to impact each individual signs, I'm going to come out with the weekly horoscope very soon for all moon signs and ascendants this time as well. So wait for that, watch out this space, and hope you like this video. If you do, then give me a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. May God bless us all.